Hello and welcome. This is the ZOTAC finals for ZOTAC number 259. Unfortunately, I was unable to cast these yesterday. Just didn't have the time. I tried. I really wanted to. I really wanted to. But unfortunately, life got in the way. So here we are. I was a little surprised when I saw who made it to the finals here. It's eMaL versus Rain. We can just go ahead and introduce these players. We have eMaL spawning as the blue orc in the lower left versus DkHRain spawning as the dark green undead in the top right. So pretty cool. I'm pretty cool about that. I was pretty excited when I saw this, in all honesty. I'm also, after this, I'm going to be casting the series between Rain and Lucifer in the semifinals, which I was very surprised by the results of, I will say. But absolutely, congratulations to both eMaL and Rain for getting this far. Making it to the finals, that's a pretty big accomplishment. I gotta say, it's pretty cool. But anyway, this is the map. This is Last Refuge? Last Refuge? I think it's Last Refuge. And it's not 1.3, I don't think. It's actually a different version. I had to get a different version of it, and it didn't have the 1.3 or anything at the end of it, so I'm not really sure exactly what version of this map is, or if there's anything different about it, but I'll be on the lookout and see. This is going to be a pretty standard orc over here from eMaL. As we've seen quite a few eMaL games here in the past few cast games. He's very prominent. He's doing really well, actually, I think. And so I'm pretty excited to see how he fares in the finals, because I don't actually know the result just yet. I'm pretty sure I do, but I don't know 100%. I'm like 99% sure, because I know something about it, but I'm not going to say what I know about it. And I think I know who won, but you know, I can't say too much more. I don't want to spoil anything. Plus, I could be wrong. So we'll see. Anyway, this is a Warcrafty commentary cast. I didn't get to say that. I just want to make sure in case you haven't figured it out by now. That's what this is. And here we do see the Blade Master going ahead and creeping this out. Nice easy green with his grunt. He might come over here and creep out this mercenary camp as well if we look and see. No he won't. That is quite a tough mercenary camp right there. He might come over here then. I don't really remember, but look up here. We do see the Fiend doing his little bit of pulling. Again, mouse clicks, by the way, they're probably pretty loud right now, and I tried to fix that. I can't right now. I need to either open up this mouse and do something, or buy a different mouse that's quieter. I don't know. I bought some screwdrivers yesterday, and I tried to open up the mouse. I thought that would, because you can do a mouse mod to make it quieter, but I was unable to really do anything there. So I'm gonna try again later, maybe, or maybe I'll just end up trying something else entirely. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do just yet, but I'm gonna try not to click all that terribly much, and if I can, I'm gonna have to click some though. Yeah, it is what it is. Here we do see that the Blade Master has gone ahead and sold his TP and bought a circlet, as well as some nice shop items. Pretty much what you would expect here, and he's going to go ahead and creep this out. And it's a good little creep. He's going to have an item drop that's a replenishment potion. It's a pretty nice redrop. I don't know if it'll tell me if I can click on it. Oh yeah, it doesn't tell me. I think it's like 200 health and 75 mana. It's pretty nice. It's not so nice for orc, but it does sell for, I believe, 75 gold, which makes it nice. And here we can actually see there is the undead up here pulling these creeps. They're both players perilously close to each other. What's he do? He does go ahead. He picked up the rejuvenation potion and used it. He figured it was less valuable, I think, than having a healing salve, which is true because it's only usable on your own hero instead of other units. And here we do see him just in Windwalk, probably going to go ahead and try to steal this Warlock Night Creeper, and he does actually manage to do so, even though Rain went for the coil, slightly coiling it just ever so slightly too soon. So not quite what he was looking for as the Rain player. But here we do see him going ahead and getting that one with the coil, and now he is level 2, so he does have that Unholy Aura, and he may be able to pick off this Grunt. Actually, it's going to get speed scrolled away, making it very difficult to actually kill it at this point, because it needs two coils as well as a damage hit. So looks like he's going to be just fine. A dust does go off, and it does hit the Blade Master as the Blade Master runs away. He doesn't look like he has any intention of sticking around, however, so not too big of a deal. Here we do see him running over to this shop. He might decide to go ahead and buy boots as well as item creep a little bit here. He picks up boots and decides, he's going to probably go back over here and harass the undead some more. And here we can see that he does have this grunt basically scouting about to see what's going on. And here's the other bit of his army trying to find this undead. Here we do see another dust going off onto this Blade Master, and he goes ahead and kills one of the skeletons for about 12 experience, I do believe is how much he gets from that. Here we do see that other grunt that was used to scout now actually being used to block, as it is in front of the Fiend army. One of the fiends taking a bit of damage and getting coiled. However, another fiend is in a perilous position here, taking quite a bit of damage. It's probably going to go down. It's getting coiled, but it's still very low HP, and it's really not out of that Blade Master's clutches just yet. He's doing some nice micro to keep it alive, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. He doesn't have enough coils, and there it goes down to a critical strike at 64 damage. And here we do see really Undead not really able to do too terribly much. He's going to be able to push this back a little bit on the grunt, but it's not going to be too huge. Here he might lose this this Crypt Fiend, but it is his Noob Tower. His Noob Tower is up there. There is not a speed scroll on the Blade Master, so you really can't kill that without really maybe wasting 2 Wind Walks. So would it have been worth it? Maybe, I'm not sure. But he decided not to, and he backed off and got out of the Undead base. Didn't really see any need to stick around. He has done quite good. He stopped the Undead from getting level 3, and now he's going to go creep some. And after he creeps some, he's going to be able to use those healing salves to get all of these units back up to full life, and he'll have a nice little item and level 3 as well to go ahead and top things off. So that'll be good for him. Over here, we do see the Rain is going ahead and pulling in another creep right here, and he is going to go ahead and fight that back over here. And it's a good idea to fight these away and to pull whenever you're the Undead against Orc, because if you get jacked, it's always a lot easier to recover from a jack when you've pulled the units out really, really far away. Plus, you take a lot less damage from the creeps when you do this, so both of those things are very nice. Here we do see the Blade Master is coming in. He is level 3, and he does have enough mana for quite a few Wind Walks to be able to do quite a bit of damage right here if he decides to. And he could go ahead and pick things off. He goes ahead and steals an Ogre. He might come down here and steal this Forest Troll Trapper as well, and he does. He's going to get a Tome of Health, it looked like, so it's very nice. And here we can see Rain going ahead and coiling the Ogre Magi, not being able to get pick up the item. The Blade Master does. Unfortunate, because that's a huge item. It's a 300 mana potion item, would have been huge for Rain, but unfortunately he did not manage to pick that up. So it is what it is. And here we can see there is a Forest Troll Trapper right here, and doing what he would do, just trying to go ahead and finish it off. He does need level 3, so is the Blade Master going to go ahead and steal it? We'll see. And the Blade Master does indeed steal it, and now he's halfway to level 4, while the Blade Master, or the Death Knight, is still under 3. Not what he really wants. He is, of course, teching to tier 3, and he does have his Lich out now, so that's nice. And we do see, I'm just going ahead and picking up some items here. And if we look back over here at this base for the Orc, we can see there is a skeleton just in here scouting about. We do see a tier 3 Orc going Wyverns. Oh dear. Wyverns with this right here, the envenomed spears, are quite difficult to deal with. They're very, very hard. We do see a Tauren Chieftain, which is what you would expect with this sort of Tauren play. Double barracks, or I'm sorry, double B-Street Tauren Wyvern play. Wyvern or Wyvern, I'm not sure how you technically pronounce that. It's been a long-standing debate that I've always been involved in. I have no idea how to actually, what is the proper pronunciation. Probably it is Wyvern, but I like Wyvern better. So I'm going to say Wyvern, but yeah. It's very difficult to deal with though. One time, I forget who I was talking to, but I asked a very high-level undead one time how to deal with Wyverns as an undead player, and he basically told me in his broken English, because it was, you know, a very good undead player, so it's very not likely to be English. There's just not that many good English undead players. You see the best undead players are, you know, Korean or maybe German, Russian, something like that. But you know, just how it works out in the scene so far. I guess we did have Mad Frog, and I think he was Swedish maybe. I'm not I can't remember, but he probably spoke pretty good English. But besides him, in his broken English, getting back to the point, he told me that basically what you do to counter Wyverns as an undead player, if he gets to late game, you know, if the Orc is actually able to get up a big Wyvern army, is to just make a bunch of fiends and micro like mad. So he's like, there isn't really a direct counter. I don't know if there is. Maybe there is. I think there's definitely a lot of arguments to be made about, you know, maybe using a Pit Lord, using Banshees. But even with all of that, it's very difficult to fight these things. They do so much focus fire damage, especially with the stun. Your units really just drop. It's very, very hard. So, yeah, and here we can see, it looks like the obs are talking about this. Oh, and here we actually, it looks like he's not going to do what I was talking about, which is just like the mass, you know, 80 food Wyvern strategy. And in fact, he's going to go with the Raiders and getting some of these now. So, but it does do the 4 Wind Riders. And these are Wind, I don't know why I'm calling them Wyverns. That's actually that's their Reign of Chaos name. And this is the Frozen Throne, the expansion pack where their name was changed. As well as a couple other units that had their names changed, such as the Ballista being changed to Glaive Thrower for the Night Elf Siege unit. And let's see, there's some other units too, I believe. I guess it's not massively important. I guess flying machines, they used to be called gyrocopters, now they're flying machines, the human air flying thingy, you know, little biplane they have. But we do see the Blade Master in here with the Orb of Lightning, and he is going to go ahead and do quite a bit of damage. He's going to maybe be able to pick off the statue. Frost Armor is on it, but the Wind Riders are right there attacking, and here we do see one of them being webbed. This is definitely more doable for the Orc, for the undead to be able to fight, and it looks like both of the statues have gone down. It looks like that the Burrowed Fiend has been dusted and it's going to go down as well. And a lot of stuff going on right here. Not an easy fight here for the undead, or yeah, at all. The Orcs are absolutely dominating this fight, and it looks to me like it's not going to be something that Rain is going to be able to recover from right here. He's lost so many units, and there goes his Lich. Even though it did have an Ankh of Life, so he may very well be able to keep that alive with that TP. He may be able to TP that right out with that. Let's see. And it looks like he's going to be able to, no problem. And in fact, Rain goes ahead and calls GG anyway. So there is that. Now, I will say this, it is a very good strategy that we saw right there with the 4 Wind Riders. It gives you a lot of pushing power right there, and by switching over to some Raiders as well, very, very helpful to have. If you go just pure Wind Rider, you really need a lot of them, and so I was talking about, it's very difficult to counter it, but it also has quite a high build-up, and you lose a little bit of map control when you're going for it, and if you take a bad fight on your way there, you can easily lose the game. So I just wanted to comment on that because I did talk about that, and I thought we'd be seeing it, but we didn't, so I wanted to go ahead and finish that thought off. So this is game 1. I will see you guys in game 2. There will be a little link right here where my mouse is. Feel free to click it.